Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is AR 3-Dimensional Art, and I am here to post another video tonight. I'd like to kind of go over, we went over a lot of things in the last two videos, and I kind of want to have a fun one, sort of fun one for a little bit right now. Not really fun, but just more of a hit the ground running sort of an idea. We're gonna light a first scene with a couple of objects here, and I'd like to kind of go over the Arnold lights and what they do and what a simple basic object looks like, lit up with the Arnold renderer. Since the Arnold renderer is packaged with Maya 2018, it's basically better to go with that. Some other time I can try to show you what mental ray looks like, but that's not really the standard I'm using at the moment, so we're going to use Arnold since that's really a sort of I've heard and read that it's industry standard. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I have a scene open right here, and if you want to follow along, we have a scene open just like this. We're going to create a plane by going to poly modeling plane, and you'll see a 10 by 10 plane right in the middle of our scene. Press R. I'm going to scale it up to what the size of the grid is, and I'm going to go up to here where this little grid-shaped looking icon is, and I'm going to turn that guy off, which is our grid. Turn the grid off. And I'm going to go to channel box, which is up here, channel box. Scroll down to polyplane 1, and go to subdivisions width and subdivisions height and give them both a 1. Enter. So we have 1 square. And then I'm going to right click on the object and press edge. And I'm going to go to edge right here, and I'm going to extrude said edge, and I'm going to pull that guy up to right there. And then I'd like to figure out, well, how do I make this edge smooth? Because if I press the 3 key, it looks smooth, but it's not really, it needs a little bit of a harder edge to it. So I'm going to go to Edit Mesh, and I'm going to go to Bevel. That's way too much, so we can actually change the fraction to, let's say, 0.3. Let's go with 0.3. We don't need that many segments. We'll just go with 3 segments. Make it well done there. Right click, object mode, press the 3 key. Looks like a nice backdrop, right? Cool. And so we're going to create one of each. We're going to create a polygon sphere. Put that right in the middle. W key, move it up, move to the side. A cube, same thing, move it up, move to the side. Try to keep your best to keep them on this studio platform because it looks better if it looks like it's resting on top of it. Move it over a little bit, I don't have that many objects. Create a cylinder. Excuse me. Create a cylinder. I'm not used to talking this much, so my throat is not exactly accustomed to this. Bring this guy up right there. Create a pyramid. Not really, more of a cone. Bring it up to right there. And let's bring the sphere back to his friends over here. A little bit of a Bob Ross reference there. Make his little friends right there. And a torus. And bring this over here. So we got a couple of objects here. And it's a, simple, very simple scene. Let's do something kind of interesting here. So you see this panel right where my mouse is right here. Underneath where view, shading, and lighting is right here. We're going to go to this little icon that looks like a light bulb. We're going to turn it off. What happened to everything? Well, there's no lights in the scene, so right now it's just pitch black. We're going to go to the Arnold scene tab up here, press down, and go to lights, area light. Well, what happened? Well, you gotta bring it up, and there's a light right there. Look at that little guy. Bring it up, press this, rotate it down a little bit, go to the attribute editor, and we're going to give it an exposure of 10, which is way too much. Give it an exposure of 4, a little bit better. What we're going to do is bring him up here, rotate him down. No, not that way. This way. Bring him up. By the way, what I just did right there is probably hard to explain. Like I said before, I held the W key down and pressed left mouse button, and I went to world before I was on component. Now I'm on world. So if you ever see me doing that, it's just because it's just easier. That's how I move around, and I'm just used to doing it that way. So I apologize if I do it really fast. It's just I'll try to explain why I did it when I do it. Intensity. We'll go to number 6 for exposure, and we're going to go to Arnold render view. Bring this guy over. That's not this is from our previous scene I did before. Refresh render. So that's what our scene looks like. Here's a fun part. If we really want to see a live update, depending on how well your CPU is, run CPR, which is basically a live rendering shot. And we're going to move this guy down. Notice how the scene updates as we go. And the light is not visible either, which is cool. If you want to make it visible, which one makes it visible? Which one makes it visible? Oh, it's only visible in reflections. I should know this. I don't know why I spaced out there. And I could be wrong, so if you want to tell me in the comments that I'm wrong, feel free. I can take the criticism. So we're gonna make another one. Except we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna Control D, bring this guy over. Actually, we're gonna go to render, turn off, run IPR. I'm gonna minimize this guy because I don't really need him anymore. And I'm gonna bring him down here, spin him around this way. I'm gonna try to face him toward these guys right here. And a little bigger. There we go. And we're gonna do the same thing with this. We're gonna try a couple different things just to show you what the lights do. Our review. Oh, it's right down here. Render. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Let's press escape. Abort render. Zoom in. Try it again. So they look like no textures, no materials, nothing, nothing on them. Just a Lambert with. Oh, and now that I bring that up, we'll go over materials in another video. Probably this weekend. Materials are a different tutorial all by themselves. So when I say Lambert, it's a default material that goes on each object you make. So now we're gonna try something different. Just bear with me here. We're gonna make 2 light boards. We're gonna see if this works. If not, that's fine too. Just to see. Let's turn off lights so I can see what I'm looking at. Okay. If any of you are familiar with how studio lighting works, and I'm sort of getting there, or like the fuse boards or whatever they're called, I don't remember the name of them, and I apologize, which is really stupid, but that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. And when you're in Maya, experiment as much as possible. Just have fun with it. There's no need to like know everything exactly the way it goes, especially when I'm on YouTube and putting this out there. I don't really care. I'm making mistakes. That's fine. That's what you should be doing too. That's how you learn. We're gonna do a quick tutorial showman of materials right now. We're gonna go to Arnold. I'm trying to get this over without having to mess anything up. This is called a hyper shade. Let's go here for a second. Hang on. So this right here, this little ball with a white mole in it, it's called the hyper shade. That's that. And we're gonna be using Arnold, so we're gonna go down to Arnold and go to Shader, AI Standard Surface Shader. So just you don't need to memorize this. We'll go over this at a later date. I promise. It's not to be memorized at all. And then we're gonna go to here, select both of these guys. I'm going to right click over the AI Standard Surface one, right click and assign material to the viewport selection. And I'm gonna make it extremely. What can I do with this to make this roughness? Yeah, let's give some roughness. I'm gonna try something right now, so bear with me for a second. I am learning this as I go, and you're gonna learn with me. When the lights look if I turn them on. Oh, neat. So they do reflect a little bit. We're just gonna see what happens here. Let's render this shot out and see what happens. So you see it reflecting a little bit, which is good. The light, not so much. We're gonna try something different here. We're gonna give these guys all a chrome material. So what I'm gonna do is make another standard surface. I'm gonna bring this over here. Select all 5 of these guys. Remember what I said before, right click, assign material to viewport selection, so they're all assigned. And if you don't know if it's assigned, right click, select objects with material, and notice how they are all highlighted. It's a good thing. Alright, so we're gonna go here, chrome material, metalness, all the way up. Color is white, that's fine, we can bring it down, doesn't really matter. Roughness, all the way down. See how they're black? Now let's see what happens. A little laggy because this isn't. It's trying to figure out real-time lights right now. So we're gonna see everybody's reflecting something. Pretty cool, huh? So let's go to run IPR. You can see on all sides that this looks like chrome. Anyway, I hope that was kind of a fun but awkward tutorial. I was kind of learning as I went because I don't light with these very often. I actually light with the globes, but I will go over that next lesson. So maybe keep that one in tune, keep that one in mind, because something to look forward to as I do again, because that's when I'm a lot better with lighting with. So anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this. If not, let me know. Let me know if you have any problems, and we'll try to go over them. Anyway, have a good night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll put more out there. Thank you.